first video, you'll know that I have a Jackson kayak equipped with a couple of motors on it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I bought this about 1 year ago from the Ozark Mountain Trading Company here in Conway, Arkansas. And my goal today is to show you exactly how I built this and exactly how it works. Okay, on the front I have mounted a Minn Kota hand-controlled 30 pounds of thrust trolling motor. Now, everybody knows that if you're bass fishing, you're going to want to troll up and down the bank. And that's what this allows me to do. And it works in good current and wind and all that kind of stuff. I never have an issue whatsoever. A good friend of mine, also in the back, welded a piece of iron into this sort of bracket, or I was able to just screw it on there, and of course it just, you know, just like any other boat, comes out like that and comes down. You'll see that when we get out in the water. All right, in order to get into this front hatch, you kind of just lean this over like this. Of course, Jackson is really good with having a lot of room. I'm able to put plenty of tackle in here. Plenty of light in here. I got 3 rods in here, 2 of which are 7 foot long. Plenty of room. Actually 4. I got 4 in here. Plenty of room in here. It's a great rod box. And anybody who's a bass fisherman knows that you're going to want a lot of room because as far as your rods go, because you got a lot of money tied up in those rods and reels and the line and the lures or whatever else, and you don't want that exposed to the elements when you're, especially when you're going down the road traveling, pulling it on your trailer. So I really like the fact that you can have plenty of rod storage inside of this massive kayak. Staying with the front here, I have an LED spotlight. It's controlled right up here. Can't really see it too well right now, but helps me figure out where I'm going at night. Jackson has this. This isn't something I did. This comes with the big rig, of course. This little stand assist. Now this particular kayak will not tip over, trust me. I mean, you really have to work to make this thing tip over, but you'll fall out of it. So if you don't have great balance, you will fall out of this thing. But this right here really helps. It almost looks like a windshield, and you might even be able to use it if you were to modify something like that as a windshield. But in this case, you can also put paddles right here. I've seen a lot of guys wrap some electrical tape or something right here and put paddles across here. In my case, I don't use paddles. I do have one with me. It's Arkansas state law if you have a registered boat to have a paddle with you. So I do have that for emergencies, but I don't usually use it. I don't need it. Another thing I like a lot about what Jackson did, they teamed up with GoPro, and they actually screwed this mount in for you. And I'm pretty sure most come with this, if not all of them. That one came with the boat. I have one up front. I'm able to put some back there in those rod holders. I got 2 or 3 back there. Plenty of room for GoPros and any kind of cameras that fit that sort of thing. It's perfect. I have deck lights that light up. You can't really see them very well. It is daytime. I'll do a night demonstration at some point, but I have a dimmer switch here so I can dim that at night. My master switch. This switch right here controls some fans internal, so that way it can keep it cool in the summertime, and it'll also help dry this out if, say, it rains and I open this up and I got to get in there. It's just something I put in just for whatever. What you're looking at right here is what I like to call the cockpit. Now, starting from the left, again, this is the dimmer switch. See it dim those LEDs right there. Also controls my temperature gauge. So I'll plug my trolling motor in at right here. This is how I charge the battery. Got this from Bass Pro Shop. Go straight to the battery, just plug it into the battery charger, and bam, it's easy. That way I don't got to pull the battery out or anything. This right here is my deck lights or gunnel lights. Got the red ones back there. You can kind of see those. These are white as they're just really hard to see with all being daylight, you know. But these are internal inside these and also the back. This here controls the back lights. My navigation light. And I have basically a high beam, low beam, navigation lights up front. Of course, the red on the other side. That's how people see me at night and don't get run over. I have an X4 Pro low rants. That was actually a gift from a friend of mine that I work with. He let me have that, and that works out perfectly. I got the transponder in the back. It's right here, some green lights at the bottom of the boat. That's my spotlight. And this is actually a bilge pump that comes out of the back in case this thing fills up with water. If you forget to put the plug in or something, it's not good. This trim switch right here. Moving on, back at the seat here, another trim switch. You can adjust this while it's going through the water. This is my throttle. It's just a simple cable. Go into the back, pull on the throttle part. It's my secondary battery. It's my kill switch here. If you notice, I got very ridiculous and decided to put in carpet. Yes, that is carpet. It's a little filthy right now, but yeah, that is carpet. Pretty over the top. I noticed some back there as well. Helps everything stick and stay together. This is my kill switch. This is how I shut that thing down. And right there. I'll charge it by disconnecting these two right here and plugging them in. Got a cigarette lighter style charger, and I also have two USB chargers right there. Also, this thing right here I got off eBay. It comes with two chargers as well and a voltmeter. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's how I know if my battery's going dead or not. Moving on back, standard Jackson kayak, big storage back here. Now this is the interesting part. I know this is probably the part that everybody wants to know about. I have 4 actuators back here. These are actually robotic actuators. Here I have dual 300-pound actuators. It's all wired through these little through holes right here. Go straight down, run up to the battery, into the switch and relays and all kinds of stuff. Bounce back here, help me get really cool video for you guys. And basically all this does is it just pivots. And I have another switch right here. I can control it back here too. That way I ain't got to go to the front, especially at the ramp. Yeah. All right, and you can just see how that kind of works right there. This one here, that actually controls the gears, forward, neutral, and reverse. So I can control all that from up here. This one's how I turn. Just drags the motor back and forth, in and out, almost like a regular boat, really. And what you're looking at is a 7-horse, I guess it's Hangkia, maybe, that's what I call it anyway. 7-horse, 196 cc's. It pushes this boat about 20 miles an hour, and the water's smooth. It may go a little over. And it's a great, reliable motor. I've never had any problems with it, except for one, and I think this is just bad luck. If you notice right here, I actually went to start it one day and it was kind of cold out. And I pulled on it like this, like normal. And this thing actually jerked back, pulled out of my hand, and came back and busted all this plastic. So it's something I may go and wrap with some tape or something and fix, or I don't know, I may make that, because it just looks like it, you know, doesn't look good. But hey, it's all right, it's got battle scars. And it stays there, it's all good though. Now that is controlled by this right here. All right, this is how I steer. Left and right, that's how you steer. Back and forth is how I select the gears. I have a Stingray dolphin fin, dolphin tail, whatever you want to call it. And that right there actually helps the boat plane out a little bit, because it doesn't have, it's not a bass boat, it doesn't have a plane pad on the back, all right? It's narrow on the back. But that is how it stays stable, because a lot of times this boat will start doing this, and with that on there, it minimizes that quite a bit, so it really helps a lot. Right back here is my transponder to my low rants. Right here, just a standard plug. that you'd see in any boat. That way, if this thing does fill up with water, it's a lot easier. And since this thing is so heavy, and obviously I can't lift this thing up with all of the motors, and there's just no way. So this right here doesn't really do me any good. So I went ahead and installed that down there, sealed it up pretty good. Don't look very pretty, but hey, it works. And that's basically it, man. It's all electrically driven, with the exception of the starter and the fuel, of course, just any standard. Basically, it's a lawnmower engine, a small lawnmower engine with a prop on the bottom. Basically, what this is, and it is air cooled, so I can start it up right now, run it all day until it runs out of gas, and it won't hurt a thing. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to put it in the water, play around a little bit. Episode 2 in the books. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you have any further questions about this rig, comment below this video. Otherwise, have a good one.